So how was Rockford for the All-Star game?
It was awesome. I think they put on a really good experience there for not only the fans but the players as well. It was really cool to meet a lot of the guys that just the way our schedule works out that you might not otherwise get to play with or play against, and also just all the guys in our division that we see all the time, but getting to hang out with them in the locker room and see them up close was cool.
What can that do for you to kind of be amongst your peers? And I mean, obviously there's the on-ice element, like you said, facing guys you normally face, but getting a chance to kind of talk to these guys off the ice and get a chance to meet them a little bit more.
I think it's awesome. I was saying earlier on in the season that it's tough to go somewhere at this point in my career where I don't know somebody on another team, whether it's playing in junior or before that even from back home, but now that just adds a whole other level of guys that you can call a friend one day down the road, and it's pretty cool.
Just in terms of the way this group is playing before the All-Star break, I mean, you guys were, obviously you didn't have the best outcome in Texas, but you were in those games, and just in terms of the way you guys played pre-break and what the break, obviously absent yourself, gives your team a chance to do during the stretch run.
Yeah, no, we were on a pretty good run there, especially facing some of those top teams in not only our division but in the whole league. So I think we're still going into these next weekend games with the mentality of, we're right there at the top with those teams. So we're going to do our best to go on a little run here, and every game is important at this point in the season.
What did it mean, too, to get a little bit of some time away from hockey as well before Rockford, just to sort of reset and sort of just, I guess, get ready for the big grind which is the next couple months?
Yeah, I think you got to really take advantage of that while you can, because we're going to have a busy last stretch of the season here, and like I said, every game is so important. We're fighting for a spot, fighting for to chase the teams above us, or maybe the team. So we're excited here.
Just in terms of your own game, Thomas, how are you feeling about your game and the improvements you're seeing throughout the course of the season?
Yeah, I think just getting into that flow this late in the season is really important for me, and that's something that I think the last stretch of games I've done a really good job at, being able to go in every night regardless of who we're playing, because we've seen a lot of range of 40-plus shot games and also sub-20 shot games. So I think being able to give the team a solid chance to win every single night regardless of what's coming my way is what's going to really help the team in the long run.
Not about your team specific, but what does it mean to be able to watch guys play at the highest level, which we haven't seen in almost 12 years now, to see guys at the Olympics and get a chance as the best on best?
Yeah, it's so cool. I think a lot of us, if we have the chance to, we're glued to our TVs. Especially watching the Jets guys here. So it's a lot of fun, and we're excited to watch the rest of the tournament.
Going up against Calgary too, Millie, is it kind of weird? It's the first time you face Calgary. It's already February. Is that sort of challenging for you, or is it sort of just, I guess, open some new opportunities for you facing some new guys?
Yeah, no, I think it can be a good thing. We're going to see a lot of different teams as we come up here, especially some other Canadian teams as well that we haven't played yet. So I think it'll be a good challenge for our team to adjust and sort of get out of the flow of playing those in-division teams.